If you have kidney disease or are trying to protect your kidney health, you probably already know that watching your diet is essential. But while most people focus on cutting back on salt, processed foods, and excess protein, there's something else that often goes unnoticed: spices. Yes, some of the seasonings sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now could be quietly working against your kidneys, adding hidden sodium, potassium, or phosphorus to your meals without you even realizing it. So, in today's video, we are uncovering the top 5 worst spices for kidney patients. Some of these might seem completely harmless, or even healthy, but the truth is, they can contribute to high blood pressure, fluid retention, and even faster kidney function decline. And the worst part? They are often found in everyday meals, making it easy to go over safe limits without noticing. But don't worry, this isn't just about what you can't have. After we go through the worst offenders, we will also share the best spices for kidney patients, flavorful, kidney-friendly seasonings that not only taste amazing, but also support your health. So stay tuned, because what you learn today might just save your kidneys in the long run. And let's begin with number 1 on our list: salt. Salt is a staple in nearly every kitchen, yet for kidney patients, it poses a serious risk. But why? Salt is more than just a seasoning. It's the main source of sodium, a mineral that directly impacts kidney health. When the kidneys are healthy, they help regulate sodium levels by filtering out excess amounts through urine. However, when kidney function declines, the body struggles to maintain this balance. Sodium starts to accumulate in the bloodstream, leading to water retention, high blood pressure, and increased strain on the heart. High blood pressure, in particular, is one of the leading causes of kidney disease and a major factor in its progression. As blood pressure rises, the delicate blood vessels in the kidneys become damaged, reducing their ability to filter waste effectively. This creates a vicious cycle where high sodium levels worsen kidney function, and declining kidney function makes it even harder to remove excess sodium. Now, you might be thinking, well, I don't add much salt to my food, so I should be fine. But here's the thing: most of the sodium in our diets doesn't even come from the salt shaker. It's hidden in processed foods, canned goods, frozen meals, and pretty much anything you get from a restaurant. Even foods that don't taste particularly salty can be packed with sodium, so it's easy to go way over the recommended amount without even realizing it. And for kidney patients, that's a big problem. When there's too much sodium in your system, your body holds on to more fluid, which makes your heart work harder and increases your risk of serious complications like heart failure and difficulty breathing. It's not just about feeling puffy or bloated. This can turn into a life-threatening situation if it's not managed properly. That's why kidney patients are generally advised to keep their sodium intake under 1,500 milligrams per day, which is about 2/3 of a teaspoon of salt. That's not a lot, considering how much sodium is hidden in everyday foods. To stay within this limit, it's important to be mindful not just of the salt you add to your meals, but also of what's already in the foods you're eating. Cutting back may not be easy at first, but your kidneys and your heart will thank you for it in the long run. Now, let's walk into another worst spice for kidney patients: garlic salt and onion salt. If you're trying to cut back on regular salt, you might reach for garlic salt or onion salt, thinking they're a better option. After all, garlic and onion are known for their health benefits, so these seasonings must be a good choice, right? Unfortunately, that's not the case. Garlic salt and onion salt are mostly just salt with a little garlic or onion powder mixed in, and that means they still contain high amounts of sodium. In fact, most of these blends are about 90% salt, making them just as harmful as regular table salt. For kidney patients, this is a major concern because, as mentioned earlier, excess sodium raises blood pressure, causes fluid retention, and puts extra strain on already weakened kidneys. Over time, this can lead to worsening kidney function, increased swelling in the body, and a higher risk of complications like heart disease. What makes these flavored salts even more problematic is how easy it is to overuse them. Since they don't taste as salty as pure table salt, people tend to sprinkle on more without realizing how much sodium they're actually consuming. This can quickly push sodium intake past the 1,500 milligram daily limit recommended for kidney patients, leading to more fluid buildup, increased blood pressure, and added stress on the heart and kidneys. Now that we've addressed the risks of garlic salt and onion salt, let's talk about another seasoning that might be sitting in your kitchen right now: bouillon cubes and stock powders. If you've ever used a bouillon cube or stock powder, you know how much depth of flavor it can add to a dish. But have you ever looked at the ingredients? These products aren't just concentrated meat or vegetable extracts. They're highly processed and packed with artificial flavor enhancers, preservatives, and, most concerningly, excessive amounts of sodium and phosphorus additives. These ingredients are used to intensify taste and extend shelf life, but for someone with kidney disease, they can be incredibly harmful. Let's break it down. Sodium, as we've discussed, is a major concern because it leads to fluid retention, swelling or edema, and increased blood pressure, all of which place an extra burden on weakened kidneys. Too much sodium forces the body to hold on to excess water, making it harder for the heart to pump blood effectively and increasing the risk of complications like heart disease, stroke, and shortness of breath. Many kidney patients already struggle with high blood pressure, and excessive sodium only makes it worse, speeding up the decline of kidney function. Then there's phosphorus, which is equally, if not more, concerning. Normally, healthy kidneys filter out excess phosphorus, keeping levels balanced. But when kidney function declines, phosphorus builds up in the bloodstream, leading to a cascade of problems. High phosphorus levels pull calcium from the bones, making them weak and prone to fractures. At the same time, this excess phosphorus and calcium combine to form dangerous deposits in blood vessels, heart valves, and joints, increasing the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and painful joint stiffness. What makes bouillon cubes and stock powders especially problematic is that they contain inorganic phosphorus additives, which are much more easily absorbed by the body compared to natural phosphorus found in whole foods. In fact, up to 90% of inorganic phosphorus is absorbed into the bloodstream, making it extremely difficult to control phosphorus levels if these products are consumed regularly. Another hidden danger in these seasonings is monosodium glutamate, artificial colors, and hydrogenated oils, which are commonly added to boost flavor. While these ingredients aren't directly harmful to the kidneys, they can contribute to inflammation, digestive issues, and other health concerns that can make managing kidney disease even more difficult. The biggest issue with bouillon cubes and stock powders is that they seem harmless, but can quickly push your daily sodium and phosphorus intake way over safe limits. Just one small bouillon cube or a spoonful of stock powder can contain over 1,000 milligrams of sodium, which is already close to the 1,500 milligram daily limit recommended for kidney patients. And that's before adding any other ingredients that may contain hidden sodium. So, what's the best solution? If you love the deep, rich flavor that bouillon cubes add to your meals, I have great news for you. You don't have to sacrifice flavor to protect your kidneys. The secret lies in making your own homemade broth, and trust me, once you try it, you'll never go back to store-bought options. Not only does homemade broth allow you to completely control the sodium and phosphorus content, but it also fills your kitchen with an incredible aroma that makes cooking even more enjoyable. Plus, it's packed with natural nutrients and tastes far better than anything that comes from a cube or powder. To start, prepare your ingredients. Take a large stock pot and fill it with approximately 10 to 12 cups of water. This will serve as the base for your broth. Next, gather fresh vegetables that will naturally enhance the flavor. Chop 1 large onion, 3 cloves of garlic, 2 carrots, and 2 celery stalks. These ingredients are essential as they provide a deep, well-rounded taste, while also supplying important nutrients. If you want a richer and slightly sweeter broth, lightly sauté the chopped onions and garlic in a small amount of olive oil before adding the water. This extra step helps release their natural sugars and creates a more complex flavor. For those who enjoy additional depth in their broth, mushrooms, bell peppers, leeks, and tomatoes can be included. Mushrooms, in particular, contribute a wonderful umami flavor, which makes the broth taste hearty and satisfying without the need for added sodium. If you prefer a vegetable broth, fresh herbs such as parsley, thyme, and bay leaves will enhance the aroma and add natural complexity to the taste. If you consume meat and wish to make a chicken or beef broth, select unseasoned cuts or bones. Avoid pre-marinated or pre-seasoned meats, as they often contain hidden sodium and phosphorus. Chicken bones or beef bones will add richness to the broth while also providing beneficial nutrients. For a deeper flavor, roast the bones in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for approximately 20 minutes before adding them to the pot. This step enhances their natural flavors and will make your broth taste even better. Once all the ingredients are prepared, add them to the stock pot with the water. Turn the heat to high and bring the liquid to a gentle boil. Once it starts boiling, immediately reduce the heat to a low simmer. This is an important step because a slow simmer allows the flavors to develop gradually, creating a broth that is well-balanced and rich without the need for artificial seasonings. Let the broth simmer for at least 2 to 3 hours, stirring occasionally to ensure even cooking. If you have more time and want a stronger, more concentrated flavor, let it simmer for up to 6 hours. Throughout the cooking process, check the water level and add more if needed to keep all the ingredients fully submerged. As the broth simmers, your kitchen will fill with an inviting, comforting aroma. This is when the vegetables, herbs, and bones release their natural flavors and nutrients into the liquid, resulting in a broth that is deeply flavorful and nourishing. Unlike store-bought bouillon cubes that rely on excessive sodium and artificial flavor enhancers, this homemade broth builds its flavor naturally, making it a much healthier alternative. Once the broth has finished simmering, it is time to strain it. Carefully pour the liquid through a fine mesh sieve or a cheesecloth into another pot or a large bowl. This will remove all the solid ingredients, leaving behind a smooth and clear broth. At this stage, taste the broth and adjust the flavor if necessary. Instead of adding salt, try enhancing the taste with a small splash of lemon juice, a pinch of black pepper, or a dash of smoked paprika. These ingredients will add brightness and depth without overwhelming your kidneys with excess sodium. For storage, allow the broth to cool to room temperature before transferring it into airtight containers. If you plan to use it within the next few days, store it in the refrigerator, where it will stay fresh for up to 5 days. If you want to preserve it for longer, pour the broth into ice cube trays or freezer-safe containers and freeze it. Freezing in small portions allows you to take out only what you need, ensuring that you always have homemade, kidney-friendly broth available for soups, stews, or cooking grains such as rice and pasta. Now, let's move on to another common seasoning that many people use without realizing its potential risks: chili powder. If you enjoy adding a bit of heat to your meals, you might think chili powder is a harmless way to spice things up. However, for individuals with kidney disease, this popular seasoning can pose unexpected challenges due to its high potassium content. Most store-bought chili powders are not made from a single type of chili, but are actually blends of various ground spices. While this may seem like a great way to add complex flavors to dishes, it often means that the seasoning contains high potassium ingredients, such as paprika and cayenne pepper. Paprika, in particular, is known for its elevated potassium levels, which can be problematic for kidney patients who need to manage their potassium intake. Another issue with chili powder blends is that they often contain added salt and preservatives, which can further contribute to high blood pressure and fluid retention. These hidden ingredients make it easy to consume more sodium than intended, putting additional strain on the kidneys and increasing the risk of complications. Since many chili powder blends do not list the exact potassium content on the label, it becomes even more difficult for kidney patients to track their intake and stay within safe limits. And the biggest concern is how easily chili powder can be overused. Unlike whole chilies, which require preparation and careful portioning, chili powder is often sprinkled freely into dishes without a second thought. This can quickly add up, leading to a significant intake of potassium and sodium that could be harmful for someone with kidney disease. The more frequently it is used, the harder it becomes to control potassium levels in the body, increasing the risk of serious health complications. As we continue uncovering spices that may not be as harmless as they seem, let's talk about another popular seasoning: steak seasoning and barbecue rubs. If you love grilling or slow-cooked meats, you have probably used these blends to add bold, smoky, and savory flavors. They might seem like an essential part of making a delicious meal, but for individuals with kidney disease, they come with hidden risks that can make them far from kidney-friendly. The biggest concern? Sodium. These seasoning blends rely heavily on salt to enhance flavor, and many contain a mix of sodium, sugar, and artificial enhancers that can quickly push your daily intake past safe limits. For kidney patients, too much sodium means fluid retention, swelling, and high blood pressure, all of which put extra strain on the kidneys and make them work even harder. And sodium isn't the only problem. Many store-bought steak seasonings and barbecue rubs contain potassium chloride, which is often used as a salt substitute. While it might sound like a better alternative, it's actually dangerous for kidney patients. Damaged kidneys struggle to remove extra potassium, which means high levels can build up in the blood, leading to heart rhythm problems and other serious complications. Then there's phosphorus. These spice blends often include phosphorus additives to improve color, texture, and taste. Unlike natural phosphorus from whole foods, these additives are absorbed almost completely by the body, making it much harder to control phosphorus levels. Over time, excess phosphorus weakens bones and causes calcium buildup in blood vessels, increasing the risk of heart disease. But the risks don't stop there. Many commercial spice blends contain preservatives, artificial smoke flavors, and monosodium glutamate, which can contribute to inflammation, digestive discomfort, and blood pressure spikes. And let's not forget the sugar. A surprising number of barbecue rubs and steak seasonings contain added sugar, which may not seem like a big deal, until you realize that high blood sugar is one of the leading contributors to kidney disease. And the tricky part is how easy it is to go overboard. Unlike table salt, which people usually measure, spice blends are often rubbed generously onto meats without a second thought. Because all the ingredients are mixed together, it's nearly impossible to tell just how much sodium, potassium, or phosphorus you're actually adding to your meal. Before you know it, you could be consuming way more than your kidneys can handle, without even realizing it. And there you have it, 5 of the worst spices for kidney patients that may seem harmless, but can actually contribute to high sodium, potassium, and phosphorus levels, putting extra strain on the kidneys. But the good news is that you do not have to sacrifice flavor to protect your kidney health. There are plenty of delicious and kidney-friendly spices that not only enhance the taste of your meals, but also provide health benefits without the risks. Let's explore some of the best spices for kidney patients and why they are a great addition to your diet. First, garlic is one of the most powerful and flavorful spices you can use. Unlike garlic salt, which is packed with sodium, fresh garlic or unsalted garlic powder enhances taste without adding unnecessary strain on the kidneys. Garlic is rich in natural compounds that help reduce inflammation, support heart health, and strengthen the immune system, all of which are especially important for kidney patients. The best way to use garlic is to cook with fresh cloves, as they release a bold, savory aroma when sautéed. Adding minced garlic to soups, roasted vegetables, or stir-fries creates depth of flavor without the need for extra salt. If fresh garlic isn't available, a light sprinkle of unsalted garlic powder works just as well. Next, onion is another fantastic option for kidney-friendly cooking. Whether fresh or in powdered form, onions bring a natural sweetness and richness to meals without negatively affecting kidney function. They contain antioxidants that promote heart health and help fight inflammation, both of which are crucial for those with kidney disease. Cooking with fresh onions adds depth to soups, stir-fries, and sauces, especially when they're slowly caramelized in olive oil. If you're looking for a milder alternative, onion powder provides a similar depth of flavor without any added sodium. Black pepper is a simple yet effective way to season your food without turning to high-sodium alternatives. Unlike chili powder, which often includes high potassium ingredients like cayenne or paprika, black pepper is a much safer option for kidney patients. It enhances the taste of food while also aiding digestion. A small amount, about 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon per day, is generally safe for most kidney patients. Sprinkling black pepper over roasted vegetables, meats, eggs, or salads adds just the right amount of spice without putting extra stress on your kidneys. And last but not least, basil is another incredible herb that is both flavorful and gentle on the kidneys. Unlike some herbs high in potassium, basil is naturally low in potassium, making it a safe choice for kidney-friendly meals. Its fresh, slightly sweet aroma adds a bright touch to pasta dishes, salads, soups, and homemade sauces. Fresh basil leaves offer the most flavor, but dried basil is a great alternative when fresh isn't available. No matter how you use it, basil brings an extra layer of taste to your food without compromising kidney health. By incorporating these kidney-friendly spices into your meals, you can enjoy rich, flavorful dishes without the risks that come with high sodium or high potassium seasonings. And this wraps our video. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to our channel for more informative content. See you in the next video. Moreover, kidney health is closely linked to diabetes and overall metabolic balance. Managing your blood sugar levels is also crucial for protecting your kidneys from long-term damage. So, for more tips on managing diabetes and maintaining kidney function, be sure to check out our other channel, Health for Diabetics.